Hey guys, Master Thinking here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to talk about summoning for heroes units. The banner is not far away from releasing, and there's definitely some interesting developments, because of course we know that we're getting a Dragon Ball Heroes banner that features 10 characters, 5 newly released characters, and 5 older units who are getting awakenings. They will be the 10 featured units, and then of course all the other SSRs in the banner are all the other heroes units, so they are all unfeatured. But we are also getting a secondary banner that was shown in the news here. And I tweeted out saying this looks like a Heroes EZA unit banner, this one down here that was in the news, because this stuff is in the news for JP already. It should be in the news for Global, depending what time this video goes out, it'll be tonight at some point. So you can see here, this is the summonable version of the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, because he just starts off as Super Saiyan, and then the Super Saiyan 3 Gohan. And then basically this is an EZA units banner. Luca Dokkan confirmed that it is. We don't know any of the details. I'm assuming it's going to be 7. Here is for the 7 featured units. It's going to be all the 7 units that are EZA, and it's probably going to be guaranteed featured per multi. I would assume it's going to be one of those banners where the first 3 multis are 30 stones. So this is obviously an interesting perspective for people who don't have some of the units that are getting an EZA. I did tweet about this like earlier today, because like these units are getting EZAs, but they're not featured on the banner. So if you don't have them, getting them is going to potentially be quite difficult. So I was thinking they either have to do a banner, or maybe heroes will finally be added to the coin shop, because the heroes banner is always blue coins. And because the 50% support units have just disappeared out of existence apparently, the only thing we've been able to use blue coins for is for buying Kais. So it would be super good if they added them into the blue coin shop, but maybe because they're doing this banner, that means they're not going to do something like that. So this is obviously something that you would have to consider whether you want to summon on this if you want some of the units that have EZAs. Because, as I said, all of the units are going to be unfeatured in this banner, but because it's guaranteed featured per multi, you could drop like 6-7 multis, you know, on this banner, and each one you only get the guaranteed SSR at the end, which means you're only going to be getting featured units. So it's very possible, even if you get bonus SSRs, it's very possible that you don't get any of the 7 units that are going to get EZAs. So this is something that you'd have to consider. What I would obviously suggest is you do your summons on the main banner first, and once you've pulled like 1 or 2 copies of the new units, obviously depending on how many summons you want to do and how many stones you have, then you would consider whether you want to summon on this banner to pick up 1 or 2 of the actual EZA units. And something else that we have to bear in mind, if you're a paid player, is there is actually going to, I don't know why the quality of these is so low, but there is going to be a stone that you get from buying the 100 stone pack, kind of like how purple stones generally work when there's an anniversary or a big celebration. And this grey stone, it hasn't been 100% confirmed exactly what the pool of units is, but you're going to be able to use this stone to exchange for a Dragon Ball Heroes unit. So just like the red stone or purple stone, you can use this to exchange for a heroes unit. I don't know exactly what the pool of units is going to be. I'm assuming the EZA units will be in there, because obviously when gacha games offer paid for packs like this, obviously it's to reward the spending players, right? So if you're going to spend money to buy a 100 stone pack, then you should be able to use this to pick up one of the EZA units, rather than just having to buy stones to then spend on this banner. So it still remains to be seen exactly which units you can get with these, because you might be able to get any of the unfeatured units, which would obviously include units from last year, like the Super Saiyan 4s. Maybe they will be included as well, but at this time we don't know exactly which units are going to be included. So if you're somebody who spends money on the game, these are probably worth getting, so that you can shore up any gaps in your like summons once you're done, because like I said, you could quite easily drop a bunch of multis on this banner and not get any unfeatured units, and then you're going to be able to use the Greystone or summon on this banner to pick up the units that you don't have. So when it comes down to just summoning in general, should you summon on the Heroes banner? Now obviously if you're a global player, Super Vegeta is supposedly going to be the next Dokkan Fest, unless Maybe in December, JP and Global get some kind of dual celebration where we get a new Dokkan Fest at the same time. But obviously Super Vegeta is a unit that a lot of people are saving for because he's super good. And obviously on JP, you're always living in the land of the unknown. You don't know what the next unit's going to be. They could bring out a new Dokkan Fest that is the best unit in the game after the Hero Celebration. We just don't know. But for me personally, I love the hero stuff. I think it's really fun. Some of the units are really, really good. The banner only comes around once a year. I don't see them changing that anytime in the future. And then obviously, as we've already kind of discussed in this video, once the banner comes back next year, all of the previous featured units go into the unfeatured pool, and then they become much harder to pull. So if any of these characters do interest you, then obviously you should really be dropping some summons. So obviously this banner is going to have 10 featured units. We have the God Trunks, we have the Mechikabura, we have Xenopan, we have the Brainwashed Supreme Kai of Time, and then we have this new Rebel, is I think how you say her name. The Poutine is a free-to-play unit, so that's 5 so far, and then we have the 7 EZA units. There's also the 5 units that are awakening. I thought they had an image separately for them as well, but the 5 units that are awakening will be featured on the banner as well. So things you got to take into account. So Trunks is the main headline unit. People are obviously talking about him a lot at the moment. I made a video about it yesterday. Regardless of what you think of him on other teams, on the Dragon Ball Heroes team, he's an absolute madman because he's built around being on that team. Easily, at Rainbow full level 10 links, he's hitting like over 6 million attack stat. He has a built-in 50% chance to crit, so he's a unit that if you get dupes, you just give him full additional, and then potentially you're getting a second super attack at that level, although it'll be slightly higher because he raises attack and defense for 1 turn on super. His defense gets pretty nuts. Like, he's just a very, very strong unit on Heroes, but you can make him look good on other teams. But yeah, he's very cool. Obviously, if you're a Trunks fan, like a lot of people are hyped for God Trunks. I think he's very good. I'm very looking forward to getting my hands on him. Mechikabura is another ridiculously good unit. He infinitely stacks attack, and then he's already got base 150% defense, and he gets an additional 80% attack and defense on super. But he also is a nuker that gets 20% attack and defense per key sphere obtained, which is ridiculous. Especially because when you pick up the orbs, this 20% per orb will get added onto his attack and defense 150. And then when he supers, he gets the 80% modifier. So that's on top of this. So the more orbs you pick up, the more this 80% actually is. And then if you get 2 or more AGL orbs, he gets a bonus 80% attack and defense. And then if it's STR or physical orbs, he only gets the attack. And if it's tech or int, he only gets the defense. So as long as you're getting AGL, STR, or physical orbs, like his attack is just going to be absolutely ridiculous. And then he also recovers 8% HP per rainbow orb as well. And Trunks is a rainbow orb changer if the other 2 units on rotation are Heroes units. So that's pretty crazy. Then we have Xenopan. She is a crossover leader, and then she is also a Dragon Ball Heroes support unit. She gives 40% and 3 key to Dragon Ball Heroes allies, but she also has a 50% built-in chance to crit, 50% built-in chance to dodge, and then she has the STR Whis effect, where her defense goes up each time she dodges, goes up by 50%. And then she also gets 50% extra attack and defense per Heroes ally in the same turn. So if you have her with 2 other heroes, like on a full Heroes team, she's getting an extra 100% attack and defense. So she's a crazy, crazy good support unit. She's going to be very good for these Heroes-based teams. Then we have, obviously, the Awakenings. I'm not going to go through all of their details, but all of these guys are really good. And the Xeno Goku and Xeno Vegeta are just absolutely insane. They greatly stack attack and defense infinitely. They're 40% attack and defense and 2 key supporters for their respective family teams. So there's going to be a lot of, like, Goku teams. Like, for example, Kamehameha, Super Saiyans. Like, you can easily make full teams of them that are just Goku family units, and then you can bring this guy and he's going to be really good. And same for Vegeta family. Any teams that are heavily Vegeta family unit based, You can bring this guy and he's going to be absolutely insane. Vegex is a good buff for Potara, and then obviously the two Super Saiyan 3 fusions are a good buff for fusions and Super Saiyan 3 respectively. So they are really, really good. And then they never reveal the information in those kind of official posts for the SSRs, because the Rebel and the Brainwash Supreme Kai of Time won't be awakening. They're like this year's version of Super Saiyan 4 Bardock and Super Saiyan 4 Gohan, but just like Super Saiyan 4 Bardock and Gohan, they're really, really good even without awakenings. So Rebel raises attack and defense for 1 turn, seals. She has decent stats. She gets 80% and then 80% when attacking. An additional 180% when the enemy is sealed. So for Super Battle Road, this could be really good for dealing big damage. She creates rainbow orbs, has a 50% chance to dodge, and then she has a 50% chance to reveal the enemy super attack if there is another hero's ally in the same turn. So kind of weird that we've got the first unit that has the scouter effect, but you only have a 50% chance that it goes off. But the restriction, it's very easy to get, and she's still a great unit even without that being active. So that is a nice little bonus. And then the STR Supreme Kai of Time. She's another crossover lead. She raises defense in 1 turn, lowers attack and defense. She has a rare chance to stun all enemies, so it's kind of like the STR Jiren effect. So again, she could be super good for Super Battle Road. She's got decent stats, gets a decent buff when performing the super, additional attack when the enemy is in attack down status, then she gets more additional attack if the enemy is in defense down status, more when their super attack is sealed, and then more when they're stunned. So if you're in something like Super Battle Road where you can apply tons of status effects, she's going to be able to do a pretty crazy amount of damage. So both of them are going to be very, very good even for units that do not have awakenings. So in terms of the 10 units on the banner, they're all pretty good. And then, of course, you know, every unfeatured Heroes unit is in the banner. So even though they are unfeatured, obviously you have the chance to get them. Any bonus SSRs that you get in the multi are obviously only going to be Heroes units. And then you're more likely to potentially pull some of the unfeatured ones. This is definitely the banner where getting the God animation is actually super good, because it means you're getting at least 3 Heroes units in that multi. And a lot of these units are going to be very strong. Like the Heroes team itself is obviously going to be very, very strong after this. The units that are all getting easy A's are going to be very good in pretty much any team that you can run them on. And some of the older units, like I say older, but like last year units, like the Vegito, Super Saiyan 4 Broly, all the Super Saiyan 4s, like they're still going to be really, really good as well. So overall, I definitely think that the banner is worth summoning on, even if you only throw like a few summons at it. We've got 2 Extreme Z battles coming out in this event, so that's 60 free stones right there. Obviously, people have been saving for potential upcoming Dokkan Fests, or maybe you'd spent all your stones on the Gogeta banner if you're on Global, or the Trunks banner if you're on JP. But definitely worth summoning on, in my opinion. The strategy, as I said at the beginning, you should definitely do some summons on this banner, try and go for some of the new units, and then if you want to be able to pick up some of those EZA units, you can either try doing the multis on this banner, which like I say, I assume it's going to be one of those ones where the first 3 multis are discounted to 30 stones, but I don't know that for sure. But it should be just the 7 EZA units, and it should be guaranteed featured per multi. So this could be worth doing a couple of multis on if you're missing like most or all of those EZA units. And then, of course, like we said, if you're somebody who spends, there is the grey stone option as well. So it's you probably want to do it in that order. You do your summons on the main banner. Then, if you still want to go for some of the EZA units, you could do the discounted multis on that banner if they have them. And then once you're done spending stones, then you can decide who you want to pick up with the grey stone. And one thing to bear in mind, of course, is that now that Heroes EZAs are a thing, even though it might not be 7 every time, it means we are going to get more in the future every time the Heroes celebration comes around again. So even some of the older units, if you don't have them, who are only like middle of the road now, potentially are going to be super good in the future. So if there's like one Heroes unit that you don't have that you really want, even if they are a slightly older one that isn't getting an EZA yet, it could be worth picking them up with the grey stone. So let me know what you guys think down below. What are your plans going to be for the banner? Obviously, I'm going to be going in pretty hard on the Heroes banner. I've been looking forward to this since the last one, basically. and I will be going by basically the plan that I just laid out. I'm going to do most of my stones on the main banner. I mean, who knows, maybe I'll get super lucky and rainbow all of the new units very quickly. But then, yeah, then I will go on to do the Easy A banner, because I'm actually missing 2 of the units that are getting an Easy A, and all of the other ones I think I only have like either at 55% or with like 1 or 2 dupes, so I need extra copies of every single one of them. And then, yeah, once the summoning is all done, because obviously I will buy the sale packs, I will use the grey stones to, if I still haven't picked up one of the Easy A units, that'll be the perfect opportunity. But bear in mind, like I said, we still don't know at the time of recording this exactly which units are going to be available with the grey stone. But if you're somebody who spends money on the game, I think they're definitely going to be worth getting. So let me know what your guys' plans are down below. Are you going in? Are you skipping for whatever's coming next? Let me know all of your thoughts down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.